Okay, hello everybody. So my name is Katie Fawn. For those of you who are new here, I am the founder of Fawn Beauty, and I'm sorry about the janky lighting. Like, I just want to say that first off the bat. I know you can see my shadow back here, but it's rainy day. Like, I cannot get good lighting no matter what I do. And my big light died, so I'm working with what I got. It's all right. But I wanted to get on here and just share like the story behind Fawn Beauty because I haven't done that yet, and tell you guys like why I chose the ingredients that I did and why I went through different formulas and why I chose the packaging that I did, and just do like an overall, just tell you all about Fawn Beauty and about myself and the creating of the brand that it is. So like I said, my name is, or did I say that? I don't really know. My name is Katie Fawn. I know that I have a lot of new followers on here, so that's where the name comes from, Fawn Beauty. It's my mom's middle name as well as my aunt's. It's kind of a generational thing, you know. And so I always wanted to have a makeup company, but I didn't know what I wanted to name it. And so then whenever I actually got to have it, I just really liked the name, you know, and like it's my own name. It fit. So let's go ahead and get into the behind the scenes of like the creation and how Fawn Beauty actually came about. So right off the bat, I went into college not really knowing what I wanted to do. I always had a huge passion for skincare and makeup. I mean, I had a lot of skincare. Well, I have a lot of skincare and I have a lot of makeup, and it's just something that I've loved for as long as I can remember. And so I really wanted to do something in skincare or in the makeup industry, but I wasn't really for sure how to do that because I live in such a small town in Kentucky, and I didn't want to move away because I'm really close to my little sister. She's 6 this year. She's about to be 7. And I just didn't want to move away from her. I didn't want to go to New York. I didn't want to go to LA. I was in a new relationship, and so I didn't want to move away from him. And, you know, I had a lot of reasons I didn't want to go away to, like, you know, somewhere big. So anyways, I stayed here, and at first I was like, I wanted to go into dermatology because I have such a big passion for skincare, but dermatology is a whole lot more than just fixing people's acne and pimples and those sorts of things. It's a lot of warts, and it's a lot of, you know, all these things that like I didn't want to take part in. And so I actually ended up doing pre-law, and I did enjoy doing pre-law. I mean, it's something that I had a passion for, but it was nothing that I wanted to like do for the rest of my life. And I didn't see myself being a lawyer long term or being a judge or anything in the law field. I always had just in the back of my head, I was like, I want to have my own makeup and skincare company. Like, that is my absolute dream. But for a lot of people, dreams just seem very out of reach, and just like you'll never get there, you know. It's like it's a dream for a reason, because it'll never happen. And so I really struggled with this for a long time because I wanted to do this for so long, and I didn't know how to get from point A of like wanting to be there to point B of like actually being there and being successful. And so I went to undergrad at a small college in my hometown, and I graduated, got my bachelor's degrees, and I was planning on going to law school. And I studied for the LSAT. I actually took it twice, and which, if you know, it's like a very strenuous, crazy, not easy test. And I really didn't have the motivation to study a whole lot for it or to do anything for law school or for applications to law school because I didn't want to go. And so, you know, I was like kind of forcing myself to go anyways because I was like, hey, this is a really nice dream that you have, but it's not going to happen, girlfriend. You know, it's just not going to happen. So you need to work on doing law school and stuff. So I did that and took my LSAT. And there were, you know, I was like, that was my plan. I made my plans with my fiance, and I was like, this is what's going on. You know, this is like where my life is headed. And so I had prayed for a really long time that God would just give me direction as to what I was supposed to do, because I felt like I was definitely meant to do more than be a lawyer. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just knew in my heart that I wanted and needed to do something else. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to get there. And so I had prayed about that for a really long time. And I am like very adamant on getting my sleep. Like, I need my 8 hours of sleep, or I'm just not like a functioning human. Like, I'm just not. And so usually I go to bed no problem. I don't need like melatonin gummies. I don't need any of that stuff. I can just like go to bed and wake up at 6 a.m. or whatever time I'm getting up the next day and get to it. But there were these 2 nights in November that I absolutely just like could not sleep. So I was just laying in bed, and it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand this. I know that I'm gonna have to be up really early in the morning, and I just don't, like, I don't understand why I can't go to sleep. And so I was like, okay, while I'm laying here and I can't do anything and I'm not gonna get on my phone or whatever, I might as well just start praying. And so I started praying. It was like immediately God was like, now's your time. And I was like, okay, like, time for what? You know what I mean? And it was just like, now's your time, open the business. And I like immediately knew what business, you know, he was referring to, as far as like opening up a makeup company, because it was my dream. And I was like, okay. And I know that that might sound crazy to some people that are just like, okay, like you're a little out there. I'm sure that really happened. Plain as day. There is no like denying, can't make it up. That is exactly what happened. And from there on out, I took a leap of faith and was just like, all right, like this is what I'm doing. But because I had told everyone that I was going to law school and that, like, you know, X, Y, and Z was happening, I was really scared and like horrified at the thought of not doing that and not going through with those plans and taking that leap of faith to do something that I always wanted to do, but I had no idea how to do it. I mean, like, you don't think about how products get into Sephora or get into Ulta, or how the companies find their packaging or mix their ingredients or whatever it is. You just see it on the shelves and then you buy it, but you don't see all the behind the scenes kind of stuff. And so I was really overwhelmed at the fact that now my plans had completely changed, and what I had studied to get, you know, these degrees for and what I had taken the LSAT for was no longer relevant. And so it was rough. It was a rough time because I was just so, I don't even know, like I was just really out of place, I guess, because this was just not what I had planned for my life, although it was something that I would, you know, knew that I would have loved to done. Or is that how I would word it? It just felt overwhelming, I guess, is the best way to put it. And so I kind of had an emotional breakdown to my mom, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot abandon going to law school. I can't take this route for my life and just take this leap of faith and say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do what I have been studying to do for years. I'm not going to pursue this any longer. I'm going to pursue my actual dream of owning a makeup and skincare company. And it was absolutely horrifying. I invested literally every dime that I had into this, and I didn't want to see it fail. I didn't want to see, you know, no success be brought from it. I didn't want to see people hate my product or whatever was around the corner. Like, I was just really scared. So I had an emotional breakdown to her, and I was like, this is the scariest thing I've ever had to do in my whole life, because I've had these plans, and I'm a big planner. I am somebody who like has an itinerary for whenever I go to the beach, you know, like what time we going to eat, you know, all the things. And so anyway, I remember just crying to her and being like, this is absolutely terrifying. I've never experienced anything like this. I've never had to step out in faith in like such a way that I'm so vulnerable that I don't know how I'm going to make any money. I don't know how I don't know how, like anything is going to happen. And I just knew in my heart, and whenever I prayed, like I just knew that this is what I was supposed to do. So fast forward just a little bit, I kept trying out different formulas, trying out different packaging. I went through so many different things. I would order this and I would have tons of boxes come to my house every day, and I just play around with different formulas and different applicators for the lip gloss, and just do all kinds of research and look at clinical studies as to what was proven to actually help somebody's lips, and to do, you know, I wanted it not to just to be a lip gloss. I didn't want you to be able to go to, you know, Walmart, Ulta, wherever, and buy a lip gloss and it have the same ingredients. I wanted it to bring beneficial ingredients that actually work to do something while it looks good on your lips. And so that was really important to me, to not just have a product, but have a product with a meaning that was going to do something and bring benefit to someone's life, rather than just take their money and then like give them a little bit of shine for a few hours or a few minutes, you know? So that was a little bit difficult, was to find the exact formula that I wanted, and to get the colors I wanted, and to have the exact packaging that I wanted. And I tried to talk to a lot of people. And if you didn't know, China is actually 12 hours in front of us. Is it 12 hours behind us or in front of us? It's in front of us, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so if it's, 9 a.m. here and I'm like, okay, it's a work day, like I'm working, it's 9 p.m. there, so they're not working. So if I want to talk to the suppliers for like my tubes and get things made and like get things going, I have to stay up really, really late till like 1 in the morning here. So I'm talking to them during their work day there. So there was, a language barrier, and there was a time difference that caused some issues, and there was just a lot of like obstacles to get from point A to point B, which is where I'm at now, And so, fast forward just a little bit more, I had everything ready and I was ready to launch, and I was so nervous, but I'd been praying about it, and I was like, okay, like I am ready to launch. I have everything ready. I have the glosses, in stock. The first time I ever ordered, I ordered 300 glosses, and I was launching at 9 a.m. And before 9 a.m., I had 24 people on the site ordering, and it was the most overwhelming. I remember sitting on my couch downstairs. I'm about to cry. I don't want to cry. I remember sitting on my couch downstairs and just like being so overwhelmed and excited that I had that many people who actually cared enough to get on to Fawn Beauty and to like add, lip glosses to their cart, and to check out and to spend their money on something that I had created and something that I was so proud of. And I wanted to make it a point to let everyone know that I was thankful. And I remember the names of people who were on my website and who placed the first orders, and I remember what they got. And it's just such a full circle moment. I mean, I'm only a few months down the road, but it's already grown so much, and it's already been such a big, huge, expanding thing that it's just been such a blessing in my life. And I remember specifically whenever I was like, okay, this is my time to do it, I just knew that in order for my business to be a blessing in my life, that I wanted it to bless others in their life. And so I wanted to take 10% of the profits from my business and give it to charities and give it to churches, to help others and to change other people's lives and to just put some more good into the world. I think that that's really important. And I think that especially as a Christian, it's a good thing to just give to others. I mean, that's one of the most rewarding things that you can do in your entire life, is just be able to give to others. And so the fact that I'm able to do my dream job and have an impact on other people's lives and give them a really good quality product is just everything to me. And then from the money that I get from that, it goes back into, charities and churches and changing other people's lives. And it's just been such a blessing. So that is the story behind Fawn Beauty and how it came about. It's just been a whirlwind since I launched. I had boutiques reach out to me and say, we would love to carry your glosses. And they immediately went into boutiques. And I sold out of the first batch of glosses. I sold out of that, those 300 glosses, which was mind-blowing to me because I had just launched. And so then I launched a birthday collection. I sold out of those. And then I got some more gloss tubes, and I filled all those, and I immediately sold out of those again. And so I did have a big waiting period because in China there is something called the Chinese holiday that they celebrate for an entire month, and they don't work. They don't work at all, girlfriend. So I had to wait on my tubes for a really long time because I placed that order in January. They were closed all of February. Then they made them in March and shipped them at the end of March. So for about 3 days, I was filling thousands of gloss tubes, mixing all the glosses, doing everything myself, literally everything myself. And so I was really, really busy, but I got everything good to go. And since then, we've been doing well. I did lose a little bit of momentum, which has kind of been discouraging to me, just because it was doing so well and everybody was buying glosses like crazy. But I'm not losing the faith. I'm still believing that it's going to be something huge, and I can't wait to see what the future holds and to just be able to go into doing other makeup products and to doing other, going into skincare products and being able to go in Ulta and Sephora if I choose to do that. And it's already been such a blessing to me, and it's been a blessing to others as well. And I thank God for that so much because it's just so nice. I don't want to cry in this video, but anyway, so I wanted to talk about the formula just a little bit and like share with you all why I chose the formula that I chose, why I chose the packaging that I chose, and give you a little update. Not really an update, but whatever you want to call it. A little behind the scenes for that. So like I said, I wanted to bring a product to the market that wasn't already there. There are a lot of lip glosses, and I am a lip gloss connoisseur. I've had the most expensive to the cheapest, and I know what I like and I know what I don't like. And so I felt like whenever I was formulating this, and if you know me, you know I have an ungodly addiction to makeup and to skincare and to trying out new things and not necessarily posting a review for everybody else, but like I know the review in my head, you know? So anyways, like I said, I wanted to bring something to the market that wasn't there. I wanted to bring something that was hydrating, nourishing, protecting on your lips because I'm all into anti-aging and lips are one of the first things to just start shrinking right up. So there's that. And anyways, I wanted to bring ingredients that had clinical trials behind them and like they were clinically proven to actually benefit someone, not just a little something that you just throw in a lip gloss for a marketing scheme or whatever it is. I wanted something that would bring value to the product, bring value to the customer, and make them come back and want to buy it again. So one of the first things that I put in it is shea butter, and that makes up the majority, not the majority, but it makes up a good portion of the lip gloss. And I mean, if you know anything about shea butter, it's an emollient, and so it has that really slick, slippy feeling to the lips. That's what provides just that slip of the lip gloss. Instead of being so thick and sticky, it provides that slip. And it's also known to be very nourishing. It helps to protect the lips. It helps to hydrate the lips. So I really like it personally because it not only gives you that slip, but it also locks in the moisture into your lips. And shea butter is also known to help retain moisture in the skin. So I think that that is something that, like, obviously, like, why would you not want that in your lip gloss? You know what I mean? Like, if you're using Aquaphor or lip masks or whatever, you usually use those at night, and then in the daytime you'll be using your lip gloss, and that's what makes your lips so dry, is because they have a lot of drying alcohols and all those sorts of things, and I did not want that at all in my lip gloss. And so I specifically looked for ingredients that would have those nourishing and hydrating qualities. The next ingredient that I put in it is apricot oil, whatever you want to call it. I put this in because it is a high dose of vitamin A, and so it plumps lips and it makes them look just a little bit smoother. So if you have any fine lines or anything like that, it helps to plump them up. It's also really high in linoleic acid, which is also known as omega-6, and it's a very fatty acid. And so it strengthens the skin's barrier to protect, hydrate, and nourish the skin, which is something that you would clearly want for your lips. Like I said, after your 20s, they start losing a little bit of the collagen production. And so if you have plumper lips in your 20s, by your 30s, you'll notice a decreased size, or a decrease in size, I guess I should say. So I wanted something that was going to help protect that barrier and something that was going to provide hydration to the lips and to feel very nice and just feel luxurious whenever you put it on, but also provide you with those benefits. It also, because it's so high in omega-6 fatty acids, it works to soften your skin. So it actually decreases the amount of fine lines and the look of fine lines around your lips, as well as wrinkles around your lips, and it nourishes that skin. So around here, a lot of older women will have like those deeper creases and things like that. So whenever you put on the apricot oil and the shea butter and all these nourishing ingredients around your lips and actually in your lips, they do look smoother, it looks plumper. It's just an overall really good ingredient to have in a lip gloss because of all the benefits that it has. So the next thing that I added in is coconut oil, which I'm sure that you all have heard many things about coconut oil and all the benefits for your hair and all the things, but especially for your lips. It's another product in the lip gloss that helps to add in that slip and that shine. It's just hydrating. I just wanted that because it's such an emollient. It just has such an emollient texture, and it's an emollient in its the way that it feels, but it traps in moisture to your lips as well. It creates that barrier between the everyday pollutants and your lips, and so it keeps them protected at all times, but it also makes them feel so smooth, and it also protects against chapped and dry lips. And a fun fact about coconut oil, if you didn't know this, it's actually anti-inflammatory for any irritation. So if you have irritation like around your mouth, or you struggle with eczema, I used to have perioral dermatitis, which was something I hated having because I would have these little bumps around it, but coconut oil actually really helps to combat that because of its anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. Next is glycerin. So glycerin is actually a really neat ingredient that you will see in the back of, or on the little ingredient list in a lot of skincare, because it's a humectant too. It just removes dead skin cells, which I know sounds kind of weird on your lips, but if you think about it, you want your lips to be as smooth as possible. So glycerin acts as kind of an exfoliant to remove those dead skin cells and plump up the the actual new cells underneath. It also provides your lips with like a little bit of a pinky color. So the natural color you have on your lips, it's a little bit more flushed from the glycerin. And it's just an incredibly nourishing ingredient as well. And so I wanted to have it in there to take off that dead skin and plump up the new lip skin underneath. So the last ingredient that I wanted to speak to you all about is actually castor oil, which is not something that you really think about putting in lip gloss, but here's why I wanted to. It's an oil that is rich in monosaturated fatty acids. I'm reading off these notes because I don't want to get anything wrong for you all, and this is like what my research brought me to, okay? So it's rich in monosaturated fatty acids like linoleic acid. It's a well-known humectant. And so humectants actually draw moisture from the air and bring it into whatever you have put it on. So a lot of people use hyaluronic acid on their face. It's kind of like the exact same thing, is it pulls moisture from the air and puts it onto your lips so that your lips feel hydrated and nourished and plump, and actually hydrates your lips rather than just making them feel like they're hydrated or making them feel like they're plump or whatever it, that like a lot of others claim to do. It actually does it. It helps to retain, whenever it draws that water in, it helps to retain it through water loss. So it has a barrier, just like all the other ingredients, creates a barrier and like shields your lips from everyday pollutants and just dry air and all the things. And so it prevents water loss through the outer layer of your skin. And it's just very conditioning, and it's actually just a really underrated like ingredient for dry skin. A lot of people do talk about hyaluronic acid and other humectants, but castor oil is not usually mentioned, and it also gives the lip gloss that really shiny shine, the little sheen. All right, so let's move on to the packaging, and then I promise this is the last thing. I just wanted to share this with you all. So obviously, like, this is my packaging that I chose, and I chose it because I love pink. Like, I just love pink, and in some lightings it looks a little bit more nude rather than pink, and I know this lighting's so messed up. I mean, it's pouring the rain outside and like there's a thunderstorm going on, but anyways, I loved this packaging. I just thought it was so simple, and I thought it was beautiful, and I just love it. I mean, like, I don't know what else there is to say about it. I went through so many different ones and I was like, no, that's not it, no, that's not it. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, that's it. That's the one that I want. That's the one that I love. I love the way that it feels. I think it feels luxurious. And I think that it is good, it's just good. And then as far as the applicator goes, I wanted to have a wand that moved. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see. I wanted to have a wand that moved around and that you could easily slide on your lips. So if you see, it's got a little bit of curve to it, so you can just slide it on your lips. I have on the shade Coffee Girl right now. This is the shade Busy. I wore this in a makeup tutorial that I did on YouTube. But I just wanted the packaging to be very cohesive. I want it to be a pretty color. I want it to be something that was timeless and not, just so trendy. So I feel like a light shade of pink and the classiness of it is just something that will be elegant and timeless, and carry on throughout my other products that I will have in the brand. And I'm actually sitting here looking at something else that will be coming very, very soon, and I'm so excited about that I hope you all love. So yeah, I think that's all I have to share with you guys. I just wanted to share the history, that's kind of funny, but I mean, I guess it's true. The story behind Fawn Beauty and how it came about, and the leap of faith it took to get here. Like I said, I opened in on November 23rd, and it is now August 8th, I believe. And since then, it's just been absolutely crazy, and it's been such a blessing. And I wanted to thank every single one of you all who have supported me, whether that's through liking my pictures and commenting, or whether you've bought a gloss from me. It means the world, and it's just a surreal feeling to actually be able to live out my dream. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for following along. Thank you for watching the video. And I hope that you love your Fawn Beauty products. Thank you for everything, because without you all supporting and buying the products, I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't be able to give back. I wouldn't be able to be sitting here in the position that I'm sitting in. So it's been an incredible blessing, and I just wanted to share that with you all. So thanks so much.